Hello and welcome to the Wellbeing services in South Glasgow. My name is Roz and I'm going to talk about problem solving. Problem solving skills are helpful for dealing with and finding solutions to everyday problems, whether large or small. We can have problems but not always know how to address them. Problem solving can make it more manageable and is an alternative to catastrophising or procrastinating over a situation. It is a skill which can be learned and practiced. A problem can arise if a person has an aim but doesn't know how to solve it. If you are a worrier, you may be more likely to underestimate your ability to deal with a problem and instead focus on the worst possible outcome and avoid tackling the problem. Those who are anxious are more likely to feel overwhelmed by a problem. If you notice this happening, it is helpful to use structured problem solving, which I'm going to talk about. Finding solutions will also help you to feel better about a situation. It is helpful to learn to investigate a variety of solutions, as we can sometimes become stuck and have rigid patterns of thinking, which can get in the way. If you are depressed, it may feel like you have tried everything. This is due to paying attention to negative thoughts, and this can result in changes to your behaviour. Also, when low or anxious, this can cause negative styles of thinking, which can get in the way of problem solving and end up in a vicious cycle where emotions impact on behaviour, such as avoiding a problem, which then impacts on thoughts, ending up in a vicious cycle. Problem solving can also give us hope and challenges thinking that a situation is helpless and helps to find alternative solutions. It can help to identify what the problem is and then to pinpoint what you want to work on and how to do it. You could also think about what a friend or a colleague would do in the same situation, or seek the help of others when generating ideas. So, I will go through the steps to problem solving. Firstly, you need to define what the problem is and consider what it is that you want to change. Next, think about what would happen if you don't, or if you do, solve the problem. After this, then generate or brainstorm, write down a list of possible solutions, either by yourself or talking through with somebody else. Think about what the pros and cons, or the advantages and disadvantages of each of your solutions would be. And then use SMART questions when identifying your goal, which are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time efficient. There is more information about SMART goals in our goal setting information sheet or audio. Pick the solution that you are most confident in, and then plan what you want to do, but consider what the barriers are and how you might overcome them. And then put your plan into action. Once you have carried it out, then evaluate it. Consider how it went and try to learn from it, whether you had a positive or a negative result. So, remember to consider one problem at a time. Also list all solutions, however ridiculous they may seem. Use your imagination and seek help of others if necessary. When considering if you can or can't do something about the situation, you can still look at solutions to manage the feelings that you are experiencing in relation to the problem. One example of someone needing to use problem solving could be someone who is either at college or at work and hasn't handed a piece of work in yet. The longer they leave it, the more anxious they become. By going through the steps, they would identify what would happen if they don't address the problem, such as missing a deadline. And then they could brainstorm solutions, such as asking for an extension or for extra time, or asking for help if they are struggling. If doing this, they should end up less stressed by it by discussing with others or seeking help. They could then finally set out a plan, including setting time aside to work on it. And then after this is done, review what helped in order to learn from it, in order to help them manage a situation like this in future. So good luck, and remember that you can learn from each time you use problem solving, as we don't always get it right, and there are often a range of solutions to a situation and not only one solution. See our separate resources on thought challenging and goal planning, which go into more detail about goal planning. And also see our website for further apps and resources on other areas. Goodbye.